And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Green Bay Packers. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Set. 19. 49. Hey, defense. Hey, defense. Let's go. Check safety. Check safety. 19. Alert.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player? No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
I got you, boy. Patch it.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. And he fires one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Back at the 27.
Push him back.
Check 30. Hey, check 26. Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
He's checking. Crash.
Inside. Hey. High 7.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic. All day, just like that. Easy. 6 right there. 56. Here we go.
Now Rodgers. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A bad third down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Watson. It's Waring, the tight end, with it. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
Looked like he tried it all there. Tried to use some physicality, right? Tried to use some footwork, some head fakes, but he was covered the entire way. Dogged in every step. That forced the incompletion. No separation at the end of the route.
Here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
It's our time. It's our time. Switch.
Inside.
Slam. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Mike 56.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 2nd down now. It's Jones, and this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Pick your game up. Single. Hey, watch number 33. Watch number 33. Number tight.
Watson on 3rd down. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 39, Watson. He's got Fuller. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. It's complete to Fuller. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Texans.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Now Watson got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game. Kaimi Fairbairn and the kickoff.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Looking deep for Adams. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Hey, come on, now, come on, now.
Jump out.
Here's Rodgers. Going to throw again. Looking deep for it. They've got his man. Complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. 78 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Watson on 1st down. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Screenplay, Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
258. Teammate.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. It's the Wisconsin native and former Badger, J.J. Watt, in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw, it's Rodgers. Complete. Richardson has it. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Here we go, D.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The extra point, not exactly a thing of beauty, but it does ricochet home. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Watson. To throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check pass. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going deep for... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Gay is on for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. On first down, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it that time to Stills, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Watson. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
On first down, it's Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. To the air yet again. Watson steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll go down at the 28. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
It's a gain of 17. Yet it brings up 4th down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
That's where you belong.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
So don't say nothing. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Put a 50. Back north.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 56 to Mike.
Hey, take 26. Yeah, Liz. Go.
Mike, 56.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll bring up second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
61, matchbox lights.
Rodgers going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Running from the gun, Johnson. Finding room at the 30. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Kevin King with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
56. Mike, 56.
On first down, Rodgers. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 34-yard line.
Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They'll run it with Johnson. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Packers 35, Texans 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
3 down, 3 down. 3 points down, he's coming.
On 2nd and 10, Watson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
1st down, Texans.
Reset. 19. All day, every day, any day.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Reset. 25. 19. Here we go. Watch tight end. You got 3 down, 3 down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big.
55. Bandit.
They go to Johnson again. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
26.
Plant.
Flare.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike, 55.
Cover.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
No. 319.
Yo. Slam.
Check 30. On the 50. Gun.
3 on 3. Motion. Hey, check right.
Now on 2nd and 16. Rodgers. This will be caught by Brown. And out across midfield down to the 45. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Kill.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Team 18.
Hey, eat. Hey, here I come.
Again, it's Johnson. And an alley to run. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And the Texans scoop it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the... And now here's another interception. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
49's a mic. 49's a mic.
Not here.
From the 50, it's Watson. And Thomas has it. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Watson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. And he's going to go down again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson, he'll let this go for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Out of the gun, Watson. It's wearing the tight end with it. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Watson on target here to Fuller. The Texans on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Watson. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. On 1st and 10, Watson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The end result, 21 yards. To throw is Watson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
I got it. 31. 49, guys. Mike.
Back to throw, Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, but now it's 3rd and goal. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. From 6 yards away. And the Texans cut into that lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
Makes the score Packers 42, Texans 24.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Green 18, 55.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Green Bay, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.